Keshji, yeah, I found when Sarveshwara came and spoke to our
Sadashivatva.
Sadashivatva class, you found his topic very interesting. Almost like you're very, very passionate about this topic of the ancient culture of Sanatana Hindu Dharma and how it was totally squashed and almost murdered
Yes.
in this country. And you have a great passion about what Swamiji is doing regarding revival of this ancient culture.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you specific questions regarding this
Yes.
topic. What makes you so passionate about it? What do you think is happening, and what do you think is Swamiji's role in this?
Oh, this is a very dear question to my heart. Thank you for clicking that button.
Yes, yes.
So, one of the things, like, about 2.5 years back, I met Paramahansa Nithyananda Swami in Varanasi in Inner Awakening. I was very interested to learn about Hindu Dharma, but I had a lot of wrong information fed in me from the childhood, like completely brainwashed systematically about Hinduism or the concept of Hinduism.
Yes.
But fortunately, I was saved by my grandmother. मेरी दादी जो है उसका नाम है जमुनाबाई नारायण दास सारडा. She was born and brought up from a traditional Hindu family, business family, but very highly spiritual, religious family. They literally revered the scriptures. So she used to have all the scriptures about Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavatam. And she used to literally take very good care of all these scriptures. And in my childhood, even though I went in a British missionary, Narmada Education Academy, this was a missionary school. I went to this missionary school, but still my grandmother used to read the scriptures, and I used to also read with her. And I thought there are so many books, and let me read them and learn them. So I read Mahabharata, Ramayana, and all that, even before the TV episodes came. And I knew that what was wrong in the TV episode and what was the real thing. So my passionate about the scriptures came from that time. But in the books, I study books, and it's what was taught in Hindi, in history, it was all messed up history. So I knew little bit of our scriptures, but wrong things. And I went to Chinmaya Mission and several spiritual masters for about 10 years and tried to understand the scriptures and understand Hindu Dharma and all that. But Paramahansa Nithyananda Swami, I learned so many Bhagavad Gita versions or different commentaries and all that. He was the guru. He said, we have to live Bhagavad Gita. We don't need to do PhD on it. And then I am a Rajasthani Kshatriya, like Rajput, right?
Yeah.
But I read about the sati, how Hindu rituals, they literally, the women used to be burnt alive. And all these wrong cognitions in my head. So I asked Swamiji, what about these things which are in Hindu Dharma? So next day morning, the satsanga he delivered, he explained the context behind why our women went sati.
Yeah, yeah.
Or I never had that how brutal the English and the Muslim invaders were.
Right.
How the Rajasthan, the Hindus there had to take a deep, tough brunt on in spite and their passion for their husbands, they didn't even want their dead body to be misused by the assholes.
Right.
So that's why उन्होंने विष लेके तो मरना बहुत आसान था.
Yeah.
लेकिन उन्होंने विष नहीं लिया.
Right.
उन्होंने अपने हस्बैंड के लिए कि कोई भी मेरे मरने के बाद भी मेरी बॉडी नहीं छुएगा.
Yes, yes.
इसलिए इतना डीप तपस की जलती आग में I did the fire walk with Swami Paramahansa Nithyananda ji, and with his grace, with his love and compassion, I did not have any burn when I walked on the fire walk. and I was able to walk the Girivalayam after that with his grace. So these rituals were so even Agni was our mitra. We invoke Agni and all these. But our जब हमने ये ब्रिटिश सिस्टम सीखा है, Macaulay's education system, all we learnt is how to put the other person down.
Yes.
And not look the divinity in the other person.
Right.
What is the best in him?
Yes.
So Paramahansa Nithyananda Swamiji, his Gurukul passion,
Right.
his revival of his avatar is for revival of all.
Right.
And that satsang really opened up. Like so much brainwashing was in my brain, shit was in my brain.
Yes,
and he really washed my brain.
Yes.
And it's,
Yes.
he has been doing that for millions of people, even in spite of the political and Christian lobby, Muslim lobby इतनी heavily attack कर रही है. He 52 दिन he was in the jail. In spite of he didn't eat any food, but he delivered a new technology. He downloaded new technology right after he came out of the jail. He said, "Hey, I'm ready. Now let's try this new technique."
Yes.
So such amazing avatar he is.
Absolutely, yes.
So his passion for reviving Sanatan Hindu Dharma is so amazing.
Yes.
And only he can do it.
Yes,
No other
I have
has
not-
even a vision of that.
Right,
A
exactly.
iota of that.
Right.
Each one is building their
Right.
brand. Or मैंने रामायण महाभारत
Yes.
मैं अनेक गुरुओं के पास जाके सुनता था. बड़ा भावपूर्ण, लाइक मुरारी बापू, डोंगरे महाराज, ये अच्छे अच्छे संतों के पास मैं गया और उनकी रामायण सुनी भी है.
Yes.
लेकिन परमहंस नित्यानंद स्वामी तुमको राम बना रहे. He wants you to be Rama. He wants you to be integrated. He wants your walk to be that powerful.
Yes.
You know?
Which no other guru.
No
is
other
doing
guru.
this.
He is the guru. He is proving you are God. He is not there to prove I am God.
No, absolutely.
तत्वमसी, शिवत्वमसी. अरे यार,
Yes,
क्या
yes,
उनका
yes.
अंदाज,
Yes,
नजर
yes.
क्या है कि
Yeah.
इसको कोई there is no comparison.
Yes.
बाकी गुरुओं के और इनके कंपैरिजन में कोई. एंड हिज पैशन. साहब मैं कुंभ मेले में गया था और कुंभ मेले में लाइक लिटरली 12 घंटे 24 आवर्स 12 घंटे एक जगह पे बैठ के वो दर्शन पे दर्शन देने, इतनी बड़ी लाइन, इतनी भीड़ को मैनेज करना. और अभी कुछ दिन पहले मैं यहाँ पे एक प्रोसेशन चल रहा था, तो मैं एक he wants to revive this सनातन हिंदू धर्म. और कैसे अपने प्रोसेशंस होते थे, every single minute detail he wants to revive that everything. And only with तो वो जो बड़ा अम्ब्रेला होता है, how to hold that umbrella. He saw that I was struggling with how to hold that umbrella.
Yes.
And he came, he tied this cloth, जैसे ये कपड़ा होता है, इसको बांधा उन्होंने. और वो लकड़ी जो है वो यहाँ पे कैसा उसको प्लेस करना चाहिए. I could dance and run with that big umbrella.
Really?
Yeah. So even minute detail, he can sense what's happening, how to make it work, how to make our processions like live, and how everyone should enjoy. और उसको कैसे वो कुंडलिनी आवेग करते हैं उसमें, like he is तो ये sorry I got distracted and detracted, but ये वाराणसी में जो मैंने पहला सत्संग इनर अवेकनिंग में सुना, तब से I become very passionate about his vision. And हर बार मैं सनातन हिंदू धर्म की जय करते रहता हूँ, क्योंकि he is not here to make his brand, he is here to revive the Sanatan Hindu Dharma.
Yes, I agree. I agree totally with everything that you're saying. Now the thing is that I have like 30-40 years of experience in spirituality and different spiritual paths. And this evolution of human consciousness that Swamiji keeps talking about, the breakthrough of human consciousness, this is not the first time I've heard it. I've heard it from all different spiritual paths, not just in Hinduism, not just Swamiji Nithyananda. I've heard it from the the 2012 was all about that.
Yes.
The Mayan teachings is all about evolution of human consciousness. New Age movement. There's lots of groups all around the world that have been talking about this evolution of human consciousness for a long, long time. Now, what has happened in the history of humanity. If we see, very recently, I heard that the Jews had a Holocaust. They had a Holocaust, and it's a good thing that the Jews know what happened to them. The thing is that there's been tons of Holocausts all around the world that were much bigger than the Jewish Holocaust, including here in India.
Yes.
In the Hindus, there was a massive Holocaust, much bigger than the Jewish Holocaust. But India is not the only place. I mean, there's been Holocaust.
And our textbooks don't even acknowledge it.
No, they don't.
The sad part.
because the English don't want to acknowledge. They do not have it in their textbooks regarding the British colonial system. They don't have any of that. Why? They don't, because they're ashamed of it.
Yeah,
they're ashamed of it. But there was a huge Holocaust here. The Hindus were wiped out. That's why we were talking about that a few days ago in our class regarding the wiping out of the knowledge and the culture and everything. But they never talked about the Holocaust. There was a huge Holocaust. People were murdered here.
Yes.
Okay. In massive numbers.
And the food, how they dumped the food.
Yes.
Yes. And the Bengal famine, how?
And Bengal famine because of Churchill.
Artificially they created.
It was a man-made famine by Churchill. Okay. Okay. So this entire human consciousness has been degraded for a long time, and now it's in huge peril. Okay. If we do not change it, we do not create the human consciousness, this world is in trouble. And I've heard Swamiji Nithyananda talk about that over and over again. Okay. He is saying that if we do not change it, and you guys have to change it, your Adi Nivasis have to change it, the Palasans have to change, you have to change it. Okay. Swamiji Nithyananda is here to motivate us to change it.
He is the Krishna, but we are the Arjuna. We have to take the role of Arjuna, and we have to take the Gandiva in our hand, and we have to get started. And no other guru even has the visible vision.
No.
And see how he's empowering. He wants us to like Vedanta Kesari, like lion. The lion and cub story he has delivered is so amazing. And he wants you to be the lion.
He wants you to be the lion.
And go and awaken all these sheep.
Right.
There are so many lions who are still there. And be that catalyst.
So I understand that you've had a huge passion regarding all of this. So have I. But I have had it because I've been living in the US most of my life.
Right.
So I've seen 20 different paths talking about the same thing, talking about this human consciousness must evolve and must evolve now. And I'm extremely passionate about that as well.
And it's not even right now. The way it's happened is, if you look at the history, we had all these technologies and they are all wiped out by Muslim and Christian invaders, and they believe in only one brutal thing, one God. And the violence which they have created, and it's constantly degrading the entire world. And Paramahansa Nithyananda again comes back to oneness, not one God.
Exactly.
So
unification, oneness,
peace,
right?
Oneness. So many clear, crystal, scientific messages. He's not even he doesn't want you to believe or faith, nothing. He wants you to keep your eyes open and look for truth. And he is gonna reveal you the truth. And this is the amazing Sat Yuga, opening up the channel for Sat Yuga, where we are able to open our third eye so easily with him. He is on internet, he is opening the third eye for thousands of people. There are
he is connected, he is channeling this Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva energy, because it is so critical for humanity to get it now, and we have to get it first. We are the precursors of this, and we are the precursors, and there's going to be a huge explosion of human consciousness after this. After this.
Exactly, and only because I and you probably we lived in US, so we were not brainwashed by the media.
Right.
That's why we were able to question, we were able to see his satsangs, we were able to connect.
Right.
We have more foreigners here than,
Yeah.
the local, because the media is constantly the government. And see how Paramahansa Nithyananda Swami, I was in this, I was fortunate to be in Nithyananda Yogam, where Swamiji invited about 50, 60 participants to come and stay with him for 3 months. So for 3 months, we were eating with Swamiji, sitting with Swamiji, and just hanging out. So he could check us out and he could see what's the problem with us, and then give breakthrough solutions to humanity.
Very good.
So he selected me. The previous batch participants, they selected each one, they could select two. I asked Swamiji who selected me, and he said, I selected you. So I'm so
Wonderful.
so fortunate. So that Yogam batch, I asked hundreds of questions to Swamiji, and
Wow.
and this was all private setting, where we could really speak freely without public concern, and
Wow.
we didn't have to be politically correct and all that. So much amazing breakthrough things he shared. Our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he was a devotee of Swamiji.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he came to our ashram, and when he was Chief Minister of Gujarat, and then he said he wanted to meet Swamiji in person. He had a day with Swamiji, and in the room, Swamiji initiated him and all that. And from CM, he became the PM now.
I did not know that history. Yes.
Yes. And several, like Abdul Kalam, he was a very passionate devotee of Swamiji.
Really?
He visited here. It's very hard to get his appointment, but he was always looking for opening for Swamiji's opening, and then he visited here. Amazing, but Hindus, if you are a Hindu, or if you are even a human being and looking for thinking of well-being of human being, you should really connect to Paramahansa Nithyananda Swamiji's mission, vision, and how that conscious breakthrough and blissful life. Life doesn't have to be struggle. Life doesn't have to be, all these. So, and Mahadeva's economics is amazing topics. We'll cover them later on. Thanks, Bobbyji, for igniting me and my passion here.
Very good interview.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Okay,
Thank you.
very much.
Nithyananda.